Alright, Shalom Galactic Cats. I am going to be guest starring here for you guys today. I don't know who I'm guest starring for, but I'm guest starring for somebody. This week is top 10 week, so I'm doing top 10 YouTube drama. Couldn't help myself. By the way, before this video starts, I do have a new song that just came out. Link in description. Also subscribe to my channel. Just want to put that out there. Number 10. Social Repose versus Onision versus Billy Don Webb. There's two YouTubers by the name of Onision and Social Repose who a couple years ago collabed, I think made a song called I'm So Emo or something like that. Eventually Social Repose, or Richie, started dating a girl named Isla, who is best friends with Billy Don Webb, I think her name is. Eventually Billy Don Webb joined Onision's current relationship with him and his wife, and at the same time Richie and Isla broke up, and at that point they were playing the whole telephone game where Isla was telling things about Richie to Billy was telling things about Social Repose to Onision. Onision started making videos about it. Basically, Onision found out a bunch of disgusting things about Social Repose. Today, we don't know if it's true or not. That triggered him to make videos about it. Now, when Onision made videos about it, Social Repose retaliated and started making videos back. It eventually ended up in this whole war where they're just making videos back and forth together. People speculated if it was fake. People said all this shit about it. It just started all this drama. Even today, we don't know what's true and what's not true. Number 9. Brian Stars versus My Digital Escape. Brian Stars used to be this news YouTuber, this interviewer who interviewed a bunch of bands, and eventually that got boring, so wanted to branch out and do something new. Him and fellow collaborator Johnny Gilbert eventually started My Digital Escape. My Digital Escape was known for a while as like the emo central channel of YouTube, where all emo YouTubers watched him where they wanted to be. It was like the peak of emo on YouTube. And actually, My Digital Escape actually ended up helping a lot of kids with identifying themselves with depression and a bunch of other stuff, and it was actually this really cool channel. Eventually, out of nowhere, they decided to break up. I don't really know the full reason, I'm sorry, until Brian announced a couple months later that My Digital Escape 2.0 was going to be announced with a whole new cast. The old cast of My Digital Escape, Alex Dorme, Johnny Gilbert, everybody was so upset about this. They started making videos on their channels about it, of how upset they are and how angry they are, and they were telling people to go attack Brian. Eventually Brian got like the name Slithery Snake or something. Eventually My Digital Escape 2.0 crashed. Brian apologized. He made a couple apology videos actually. The beef kind of ended between the YouTubers themselves. People were still mad at Brian though. It's actually kind of cool because the old cast eventually came together. Most of them came together and made a new channel called Our World Away, and the supposed new cast felt so bad about it that they went and created a new channel called Little Big Family. That eventually crashed one day. I don't know the full reason, but I just thought it was cool that it was like old cast, new cast type thing. Number 8. Jake Paul versus Logan Paul. I know you're probably all tired of hearing it, you know, like the name pops up so much now. He's like the biggest name on YouTube, but we're gonna talk about it anyway. It all started when Jake Paul released a song, It's Everyday Bro video, and like the song really wasn't that good, but it got a lot of attention. Eventually his older brother Logan Paul released a song, Help Me Help You, and it sort of was saying like, little brother, let me help you make a better song because your song sucked. This apparently was very triggering to Jake, and he ended up writing a diss song about his older brother. It actually riled everyone up, and eventually Logan Paul responded with a track called like The Fall of Jake Paul, and it had everyone riled up for the quote-unquote second verse. Everyone wanted to hear it. Everyone knew what it was about. This beef got so bad that Jake Paul, the younger brother, actually ended up making a billboard dissing his older brother with like his teeth knocked out or something like that. It was a really fucked up situation. You know, eventually the brothers made up. There's no beef anymore, but they actually, to this day, if you talk to anybody or listen to anybody on YouTube, they actually barely talk anymore, which I think is really, really sad. Number 7 is Marina Joyce, the whole Marina Joyce situation. Now, I don't know too much about it, but that is one of the 2 drama videos I've actually made. YouTuber by the name Marina Joyce, who one day just completely changed. She uploaded a video that was completely not herself, doing different makeup, looked completely different, acted different, sounded different. It was really weird. Fans flipped out when they saw this video. People were just freaked the fuck out. Like, people didn't know what to think. Eventually, people started making theories, and the theories ranged from her doing drugs, to her being kidnapped, to her being part of ISIS. It's just a whole bunch of fans even were so worried about her that they had a trending hashtag called Save Marina Joyce on Twitter. It went viral. Everyone was flipping out about it. Marina Joyce actually stayed silent about it for a while. Everything was quiet for a while, and everything just went back to normal for a little bit. Everyone thought, okay, this is just the new Marina Joyce. And then eventually a YouTuber by the name, I think, of Sam Pepper ended up tweeting out about saying that Marina Joyce is addicted to drugs and that she needs help. To this day, no one really knows the quote-unquote full context, but I guess we'll never know. Number 6. PewDiePie is leaving YouTube. This one's not so much any beef involved, or really any drama, to be honest, but there was some fans that were pretty upset about this. PewDiePie announced one day that he was like sort of quote-unquote financially stable, even though he had to downgrade offices. He announced that, but he also announced that he wanted to make videos he wanted to make. Not videos that were going to get popular, not videos that were going to get views. He said he was so stable that he was going to only make videos that he wants to make. He said he was going to post videos when he wanted to post it, but they were still going to come out on a regular basis. Majority of his fans did support him and follow through on this, but a lot of them did leave because of this. A lot of them were upset and said he wasn't working hard enough, even though he did post daily for 6 fucking years. Number 5, KSI versus the Sidemen. This one I don't know too much about, but I do know that at some point in time, some guy named John Daniels used KSI for views, and now KSI used Sidemen for views, and then KSI left. So a lot of people said that he was being hypocritical and that he just didn't care about the Sidemen or his viewers whatsoever. He said people were saying that he didn't care about his fans. Side of the story was that he was, he wanted to branch out beyond YouTube. He wanted to do music, he wanted to do other media sites. He just basically wanted to branch out besides of making videos. KSI even said in his video that the main reason he's leaving the Sidemen is because Ethan is more of a personal beef that branched out into this huge thing. There's diss tracks about it. There's so much blowing up about it, but it's more of a personal beef. Number 4, Curtis Lepore and his monkey. God, I hope I said his name right. Again, this one's not so much beef or even any drama, but this is something that I actually really wanted to talk about. A YouTuber by the name of Curtis Lepore, something like that. I can't say it. You might know him and his dog Buster Beans from Vine. Unfortunately, Buster Beans passed away a long time ago. One of the things he did to kind of get over it was he bought a monkey and named it Sherlock. Now, the Sherlock was kind of a famous monkey in terms of Curtis's YouTube career. Curtis even started calling his fan base Gorilla Squad because of Sherlock. Sherlock made appearances in Jake Paul, Logan Paul, David Dobrik's vlogs, everybody's vlogs. The story behind it is Curtis bought Sherlock back in Miami when he used to live there, something like that, or when he was visiting. Brought him back to California, and apparently did not have the right paperwork or anything for him to legally live in California. He recorded a video of the police taking him away at 7:30 a.m. It's not fake, it's not clickbait. He's crying, he's super sad about it. He went and told Logan Paul about it and all his friends. He even started a petition saying hey, sign this so I can get my monkey back. Not gonna lie, this video is actually, that video actually made me cry. It's a super sad video. Just all he wanted to do was own a monkey, and he kept care of it, and they just had to take it away because of the laws. Number 3, Jake Paul versus Alyssa Violet. Again, Jake Paul is making another appearance on this list just because he's so cringy and so annoying and everyone talks about him. It's all YouTube talks about anymore. Basically, here's what happened. Jake met this girl, Alyssa Violet, in his hometown of Ohio, and he was doing a Vine meet and greet or something like that with his brother. They started a casual relationship, and anytime he would fly back to Ohio, he would go and see her, eventually moving her out to California. He got her a job at a modeling agency, and eventually she joined Jake Paul's collab channel Team 10, where she gave 10% of her earnings to him and all this other shit. A lot of the fans wanted to see them together. During this time while they were living together, Jake would always talk to her about how he loved her and how she was the one, and then they would eventually have sex and be in this relationshipy thing one day, and then the next day Jake would bring a girl home, and Alyssa talked about it in her video about how it was this heartbreaking story. And then Jake actually ended up making diss tracks about her. Dissed her in one of the most popular songs at the moment is It's Everyday Bro. Jake was telling her that he loved her and all this other shit, while at the same time sleeping with all these girls, and it was super unfair to Alyssa Violet. And eventually Alyssa Violet joined Rice Gum and made a diss track back, and then joined Rice Gum's gang, and she was making videos, and it was just a whole bunch of drama that I felt was unnecessary. Number 2 is Austin Jones. Basically, there was this YouTuber by the name of Austin Jones. He was part of the My Digital Escape collab group that I was talking about earlier. He left the group because his music really started taking off and he was growing his own fan base. A couple years ago, he was caught asking fans of his music for twerk videos, for literal videos of the dance move twerking. Back then we thought all the fans were of age, and he actually ended up making an apology video about it, saying that he felt super shitty about it, will never happen again, blah 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 blah. Damon Fizzy made videos and was announcing this, and no one really gave him a chance. Damon Fizzy knew this was true, Damon Fizzy knew this was going on, no one really believed him, there was no proof. Damon Fizzy actually had people threatening him to say oh, if you keep talking about this, we're gonna come after you, we're gonna sue you, we're gonna blah blah blah. Eventually Austin Jones was caught asking girls as young as 11 for twerk videos, and it was just this huge fucked up situation. YouTuber by the name of Aurora Skies made a video about it, got screenshots, proof, and I believe that video is almost at 1 million views now. Austin Jones was arrested and then kicked off social media entirely at the moment. I believe his Instagram is deleted, but don't quote me on that. His YouTube is still active, but he's not posted a video in over 3 months, and I don't think we're ever going to see a video again. I honestly keep waiting for it to do a reaction video of it, but I don't think he's gonna ever post about it again. Now Austin is facing a couple years in prison, but we're kind of kept out of the blue at the moment just because he can't post anything. Last but not least is number one, and I think this is the biggest YouTube drama that has gone on in like the past like couple years, I would say even year, and it's one of the biggest YouTube dramas I think ever, and that is the quote adpocalypse that everyone keeps talking about. For a while there, everybody was posting about it. Everyone was saying shit about it. Around February to April of 2017, like, everything on YouTube dropped. Views, subs, exposure, you name it, everything dropped. Everything was going down. A lot of YouTubers actually blame PewDiePie for this one because he posted a video months ago, of this website that you can pay $5 and these foreign people will do these things for you, and he made these foreign people dance around with a sign that said, you know what it said. His red show was taken down because they don't want to support racism. Advertisers felt like YouTube wasn't safe anymore to like advertise on, so all bunch of advertisers pulled back. Most creators have bounced back from this. Right now we're standing on a very cautious YouTube platform, very unbalanced, so we don't know what could happen. Alright guys, thank you for watching my YouTube top 10 dramas. If you guys enjoyed it, leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe to Galactic Cats. Don't forget to check out my new song in my channel. I also have my own collab channel. I'll leave that in the link description. I don't mean to keep throwing like ads at you guys, but it's called The Clubhouse, and we run that channel a little bit differently, but don't forget to check that out. Alright, stay beautiful everyone.
I need you.